My wife has found out where the abductor has imprisoned our kids, but she is not saying anything. My wife has found out where our children have been taken by the kidnapper. The kidnapper doesn't know that my wife knows, but at the same time my wife is also not opening her mouth. I urged her to tell me where our kids are, but she isn't going to say anything. I couldn't fathom any kind of understanding as to why my wife wouldn't say the whereabouts of our kids. She is so calm now, and before, when she didn't know where our kids were, she was panicking. Every day she would turn frantic over something, and now that she knows where they are, she is calm and isn't saying anything. How our kids got kidnapped was when we went out to a sunny beach. Our 2 kids got snatched when my wife and I took our eyes off them just for a moment. That's how it happens, and that's how life can turn in sudden huge events. I have been arguing with her and even screaming with her to tell me where our kids are. I have even tried threatening violence to force her to tell me, but I could never lay a finger on my wife. She is a closed book now, and even though she knows where our kids are being held as prisoners, she says nothing. She just literally does the cooking and other chores around the house like everything is normal. Before she was always talking about the kids, and now she doesn't want to utter a word about them. It was making me insane. I tried to have conversation with her about telling the police about where our kids are, and now that she has seen them without the kidnapper's knowledge, we can rescue them now. She would just snap at me and break something to shut me up. I had no choice but to go to the police and tell them that my wife knows where our kids are being held, but my wife isn't saying anything. The police were baffled by this, and they even thought that my wife was behind the kidnapping. They had no evidence to prove this though, and I would never believe that my wife would be behind the kidnapping of our kids. Then one day I woke up to my wife just sitting on our bed. She told me why she isn't telling me where our kids are. I saw the kidnapper with our kids and I followed him. He took them into some field. Then from afar I could see that he killed them. I screamed, but he couldn't hear me. Right now everyone is still looking for them, and everyone thinks that they are still alive. If they find them, then I will have to fully accept that they are dead. As long as they are still missing, then the idea of them being alive is keeping me happy. I decided to accept my wife's explanation.